You've fed, he's napped, she has a clean diaper. Now what? I'll tell you some fun, eco-friendly, and budget-friendly things you can do with your wee one. Welcome to Gen B TV, where we provide fresh thinking on green living. Today, we're talking about how to entertain your baby. It's really important. They go through all these different developmental stages, and you don't want to have to break the piggy bank or do anything that might be harmful when you're helping to get their game on. Now, never fear, no tons of TV and plastic here. I'm going to show you how to get your baby to fall in love with nature, how to get some good bonding time, and again, how to save some dough. The best thing I ever learned in terms of how to entertain my baby is to take him outside whenever possible. Of course, remember the chemical-free sunscreen, but remember, babies love to explore and touch, and a blade of grass, a cloud, this is all new to them. And there's a million things to do outside, which is going to develop all of their senses and an appreciation for nature. Now, when you're outside, here are some things you can do. You can discuss the weather, point out the hot sun, the colors in the hummingbird, or the gentle breeze rustling through the trees. Also, seek out any area with wildlife or animals. Children absolutely love to see all the creatures in their books come to life. Lastly, when you're outside, encourage touching. Introduce your baby to all of nature's different textures, from smooth stones to bumpy tree trunks. Now, when the weather isn't great or you just can't handle getting out of your PJs yet, it's inside playtime. So let's stack up on some great toys. Now, as you know, your child's going to put everything they possibly can into their mouth, which is why you want to be cognizant of that when you're picking out their toys. The safest bet are cloth toys and wooden toys that, of course, don't have any of the nasty wood sealant on them. Now, if you do have finishing, just make sure it's a water sealant type of finish. This used to be a moose until Sky, I think, sat on his antlers. You also want to look for toys that have a lot of color and interaction. Like this one here is wood, and you might think, oh, but what about the paint? And I heard something about lead-based paint. Well, luckily, the government passed a few years ago a law that strictly prohibits any kind of PVC or lead being used in children's toys. However, you still want to be aware of it, especially if the toys are from China, because they don't have as tight of environmental regulations as we do. And I must give a shout out to Green Toys that uses recycled plastic in all of theirs. Now, as for cleaning your toys, definitely do that, especially if they came from the consignment store. It's worth it, but you want to make sure that no sick child has been touching the toys. Same goes, of course, if kids have been over to play or your child's been sick. Now listen, your mom might have told you to use a bleach solution to do that. Definitely don't. It is toxic for babies especially. So what you want to do is buy in the gallon size white distilled vinegar and mix it with equal parts water in a spray bottle and just wipe them down. Super simple. You're going to use this all the time and save some mega bucks. Now, if you can't be bothered to mix up your own solution, I get it. There's also this Baby Ecos, which is a plant-based solution, and it is also going to work very well to clean your baby toys and tables. Next tip on fun things to do with your wee one is to repurpose household items. Now think about the savings to you. Also think about the savings to Mama Earth and not having to get all those natural resources into a toy that your child may or may not use. I know my baby loved pots and pans at first, and then we realized, he said, I want to play with that, but while it's on the hot stove. So pots and pans, no. However, things like this, innocuous items like a wooden spatula, are absolutely fine and surprisingly can be very entertaining. Also on the approved list, big boxes they can jump into, storage food containers, sports bottles, yogurt containers, stackable unbreakable cups, water pitchers, even paper bags. With the added benefit you get to see him walk around with it on his head. And of course, the very best thing about repurposing household items, it costs about nada. Now, it's never too early for story time. You can actually start reading to your child from birth. In the beginning, they're obviously just very into the sound of your voice, the textures, the pictures, the colors. We have a lot of these little kind of fuzzy soft books for Sky in the beginning. Of course, love the chicken page the best. And settling in with a nice story also helps develop your child's mind. What you want to do, if of course you want to have that "My child is an honor roll student" bumper sticker. Now, where do you get these books? New? No, no, no. You can get them on Amazon.com used. You can certainly go to a consignment store, a used bookstore, but there's absolutely no reason to kill trees and kill your budget when there's millions, if not billions, of used children's books floating around. Hopefully now you're feeling super confident about fun things that you can do with your baby that won't break the piggy bank and that are also good for Mama Earth. Hey, if you know anybody that is also looking for ways to entertain their little one, send this video to them because you know, sharing is caring and we gotta start the movement, spread the light green word. Until next time, rock on with your baby entertaining, budget conscious light green self. Now as for wooden toys, choose some that have an unfinished look. As for wooden toys, choose ones that are unsolid.